Good game, great game on a cold, wet, windy day. A great game for supporters. Do you know, I thought over the piece we deserved it. I mean, we had to ride the luck at times. Do you know, I think Airdrie will feel they should score. We won in the first half and then they hit the post just before we score our second goal. So they'll feel aggrieved. But I just thought over the piece, my kids were brilliant. I just thought they were great. I mean, I think we ended up there with 7 or 8 kids under 21 years of age in the last part of the game. So I'm delighted with them. They're learning the game all the time. Chris McGowan again probably blames himself when he's beating himself up there for the second goal, but over the piece, you know, another great performance for a kid that's only in his 3rd competitive game. So no, I'm delighted. Big 3 points, and it keeps us looking up the way.
It's great how you came back for that start after them scored so early. The team didn't put the Hastings going, didn't they?
No, they didn't, and you know, I said to the lads, I mean, you lose experienced players and it's difficult, but the one thing that kids bring is, you know, they don't get hung up with things. They just keep believing, they just keep doing the things that we're asking them to do, and that's what they did. The team did that, led by the experienced players in Hamill, Robertson and Thompson. You know, it was really, really good, and I was really pleased for them. So no, and I think it's a big 3 points when you consider there are league results today. But it's only another game, and we move on to next week now.
And you also 10,000 goal apparently as well for the club.
I believe that. Some of these things that these reporters come up with, and announcers that come up with during 90 minutes of football, just baffles the life out of me. But I'll take it.
I imagine the 3 points in particular with what's been going on in the club. It must be good to get that first one since all that came out, and it kind of gets people talking about the football side of things.
Of course it has. I mean, you know, it's been good this week because we've got back to the football side of things. You know, I said that to you during the week, Cameron, and we've. That's a away game last week, a difficult away game last week in a home game at Queen's Park, and then a home game against Airdrie, who've been, you know, unbeaten in 6, I think. So it's 4 points out of the last 6 since it probably all kicked off, you know, leading up to the United game. So credit to the kids. It's nothing to do with me as a manager. It's great for the squad and the kids and the experienced players that are left here, and we're all pulling together and we're all working hard. And you know, if we keep doing that between now and the end of the season, then I'm sure we'll be okay.
Delighted for Stevie Oko as well. 2 very different goals, we'll say.
I just said to him, brilliant when you make a January signing like that. Do you know, we were giving him a bit of a rib in the dressing room there. But Stephen had to bide his time, because the way we play with that one striker, and you know, obviously Brian Wallace, who was the top goal scorer at the club, and Stephen, by his age ambition, probably just wasn't at it in the first part of the season. Just coming up for England, it's a big learning curve for him. He's a young kid, he came and stayed alone, but we've just felt in the last 2 or 3 weeks, you know, probably longer than that, last month, he's training, he's looked better at training, sharper at training, looks a wee bit more settled in Scotland. And you know, his performances are showing that, and hopefully his 2 goals today will kick him on.
It's like disappointed there after getting off to a good start like that.
Got off to a great start, off to an absolutely brilliant start. I think sometimes you score in the first minute of a game. You know, sometimes it can be a bit too early for you. It was a fantastic start from us, but you know, we just said to the players there, the word we've used has been self-inflicted. You know, we should be 3 or 4 nothing up at half time, but instead, down to a lack of quality in the final third, we've got in at 1 each, and it's through that self-infliction.
That must be the frustrating thing, because you did create a lot of chances there, didn't you?
We did. I mean, I think we've hit every aspect of the goal today. You know, we've hit the post twice, we've hit the bar. The goalkeeper's made a couple of terrific saves, and we've just made poor choices in the 18-yard box at times. I think there's been enough chances there. And I think clear-cut chances. I think it's the fact of clear-cut chances, and we hardly take them. You know, with the balls, you know, falling, and you know, we wanted an extra touch in the ball in the 18-yard box at times. But in saying that, we can't defend that. You know, as poorly we've defended for the goals as well, and that is the very, very frustrating aspect of it.
You say kind of maybe took too long for some. There's a lot of chances, but some that overcooked them a wee bit, didn't they? Sometimes.
I think we said to the players before we were out, you know, it's similar to the Albion Rovers game in terms of the conditions in the park, and you know, we said, you know, we're going to have to go and take things early and deal with things very, very early. It's similar, you know, to the goal. We don't, you know, we pass the ball back. You know, we don't get the ball out of the park quickly enough, and you know, it ends up in the back of our own net. And it's the same at the front end of it as well. You know, try to take one touch more than we should have, and just be a wee bit more clinical.
The positive, if you did create a lot of chances, that one positive to take out of it.
It is. It's 1 defeat in 7, and you know, we've got to try to take something positive from it. I think in another day, if you take those chances, you know, you could be a 6-3 game here. Saying that, you know, Stranraer, you know, credit to them at the end. We've opened up the game to try to go in and try and get the equaliser, and it's left us a wee bit exposed at the back. And I think Stevie will probably say the same thing. He would probably feel near the end of the game. The last 10 minute spell, they had a lot of chances as well at the end. So it could have finished, you know, any number of goals, but unfortunately it's a 3-2 defeat for us, which we're very disappointed with.
As you say, could have been out of sight in the first half, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at it, I think you look at, as I said earlier, the number of clear-cut chances that were there, and especially after we scored the first one. We've got a great opportunity, I think, from the goalkeeper's poor kick, and I think it's Darrell, who's a fantastic striker, the ball goalkeeper, makes a great save at the top, and then Willis, smashes it probably too nice, and it's straight up back off the bar. If that goes in at 2-0, with the way we were playing, the way we started the game, I was pleased with our intensity in terms of how we started. Just very disappointing.
I suppose it's the same in any game, but that second goal was going to be absolutely vital. If you went 2-0 up, I imagine you would have fancied your chances of going on in a reasonably comfortable afternoon, but then the equaliser comes and all of a sudden it's back to square one, I guess. Yeah,
the disappointing thing, the equaliser comes because of what we do as opposed to what the opposition do. We make a mistake at the back end, and a fundamental mistake at that, where we should be just clearing the lines, getting up behind it, and it doesn't happen beyond that. And you probably come in at 1-0 maybe at half time, you maybe got the part and get the second one, but we didn't, and that's the reality of it, and we need to go and handle that reality.
And then obviously having been kind of roles reversed a little bit, that Stranraer went 2-1 up and then you immediately hit back to 2-all, do you think you would then go on and push on and potentially win the game?
I thought at that point it was probably anybody's game. I thought the way, it was a kind of both teams were kind of going at it at that point, and I just felt that wee bit of lack of quality from us at the front end, probably just cost us the play as well.